My bedroom, and I use the term loosely, was a bed, a lamp, and a telephone. No door, no walls, just an alcove. I have the same sheets, he said eagerly, grateful to have something, anything to say. Exchanging a smile, we moved on. I led him into the small bathroom, also black and white, with barely enough space for us both to stand. Lenny started to laugh. What's so funny? I have the same towels. Get out, I said, giving him a playful shove. He was moved about a foot, which put him completely out of the room altogether. Leading the way back to the dining room, I motioned for him to sit. What can I get for you? Wine, beer, soda? I'll have a glass of wine if you will. I opened a bottle, pulling a couple of glasses down from the cabinet. I turned to see Lenny staring in disbelief. Have you been following me, having my place photographed or something? What are you talking about? I have the same glasses, Lenny said quietly, almost guiltily. We both burst out laughing, while giving each other a somewhat suspicious look. This calls for the heavy artillery. Where the fuck's my bong? Lenny left the choice of restaurant to me, so I suggested this little Japanese place a few blocks away. It was small, quiet, and reasonable. Still unsure if it was a date, I wondered if I should pay. I was the one who suggested we get together. Does Lenny pay because he's the guy and I made the call? Do we split it because we're friends and we're modern? The waitress came. I'll have a sake, please. Make that two, Lenny said. Nothing unusual there. Who doesn't order sake in a Japanese restaurant? Chatting as we perused the menu, when the waitress returned with the drinks, I had to decide what to do. Order sushi, costly and nervy if Lenny was paying, or play it safe and order something less pricey. I'll have the chicken teriyaki, please. Soup or salad, she asked. Salad, please. I'll have the exact same thing, Lenny said, smiling. As the waitress made her way to the kitchen, I looked him square in the eye. Okay, this is getting weird. Getting weird? I feel like I've been in an alternate universe since I entered your apartment. Talking about our failed relationships through the sake and salad, we discovered that Mona and Eddie had entered and exited our lives at approximately the same time. Of course they did. While picking at our chicken, it must be a date because neither of us was really eating, I shared my anxiety about my impending opening night and then realized I was rambling. What are you up to these days, Lenny? I'm working on a screenplay. How exciting. Yeah, my writing partner and I, cutting Lenny off, as is my wont, I asked, what's his name? Barry Schoenbaum. Barry Schoenbaum? I went to grade school with a Barry Schoenbaum. Looking at me cynically, he said, do you realize how many Barry Schoenbaums there are in New York? It can't possibly be the same one. Is he short, blonde, and from the Bronx? No, he said, obviously relieved. Average height, dark hair, and from Brooklyn, I believe. Not to be deterred, I continued. It's so weird. Barry was my best friend in 6th through 9th grades. He lived around the corner from me. We hung out every day, took acting classes together, performed in a bunch of community theater shows. We even took over school plays, directing each other and co-starring in everything. And I think he sort of had a crush on me, but he was really short, and I had a crush on Ray Santo, and, but I really liked him a lot. But, then I moved away and never saw him again. But, that's what happens. We were kids. Funny. But definitely a different Barry. I'm sure he told me Brooklyn, and he's not short or blonde. I know this is crazy, Lenny, but this whole evening's been insane. The sheets, the towels, the glasses. Don't you think? I'll call him. Getting up, he pulled out some change and headed for the payphone in the back. It was 1990, pre-cell phones, at least to the world at large. A moment later, Lenny returned to the table, sat down and sighed. Wasn't home, left a message. The check came. Moment of truth. Drum roll, please. Before I could utter a syllable, move a muscle, let alone blink, he'd snatched it up and was peeling bills out of his wallet. Thanks, Lenny. So this was a date, right? I had to go to B-Bar to do some last-minute promoting, and as we neared the velvet ropes, Bobby V unhooked them, welcomed me with a bear hug, and I said, Bobby, this is Lenny, an old friend of mine. Yeah, I remember you from IDO. Any friend of Andy's, you're always welcome. Thanks, man, Lenny said. As we walked down the stairs, I filled him in on some of the better B-Bar gossip. Smitty had my Jack and water ready before we hit the bar. After introductions, he brought Lenny his requested scotch. Thank heaven, something we didn't have in common. Glancing across the bar, I audibly gasped. Vincent. I hadn't seen him in a while. He was here in town for me, or Frankie, or both of us, whatever. I waved. He grinned. My stomach flipped. For a moment, I forgot where I was, who I was with, everything. Snapping out of it, I turned to Lenny, who'd been watching a little barroom drama to his right. Leaning in, I whispered in his ear. Well, it was loud in there. I made sure that my lips brushed his ear. It was a bold move, made easier by the bourbon and the proximity of Vincent. As I suspected, he was watching intently. Lenny, startled by my overt contact, responded immediately. Was it his scotch talking? He moved in closer. In less than a nanosecond, I could feel Vincent behind me. Not only was I not alone as I usually was, but I was in the company of one fine-looking gentleman. Hey, Andy, long time no see, he said as he pulled me close and gave me an uncharacteristically warm hug. Vinny, this is my old friend Lenny, instantly foiling his old high school routine. What fun. As they shook hands, I could tell that Lenny recognized Vincent. They began silently sizing each other up. Thankfully, we were almost immediately interrupted by Lana. Lenny knew her from our rock bar days and from all those IDEO Mondays. Her presence definitely helped him feel more comfortable. Ordering her a drink, the three of us chatted about old times. Vinny, clearly annoyed, moved on. I know you have work to do. I'll be off and leave you to it, Lenny said as he finished his drink. Let me walk you out. As I suspected, Vincent was watching without respite. Lenny grasped my elbow, leading me up the stairs, and I could feel Vinny's eyes following us. As we neared the car, I wondered what to do. We did what we kind of always did. We hugged quickly and kissed on the cheek, but this time we held each other's gaze. Was this a new beginning? As he drove off, I pondered my fate. There was Vincent, who only wanted me very, very, very occasionally, if at all. And there was Lenny, who was interested, I think, available, stable, and sane. As I passed Bobby V, he smiled and said, "Nice guy, I approve." Me too. Back downstairs, I quickly found Lana. Vincent fortunately had his back to me. Making my way around the bar, I bumped him lightly from behind. Turning in disgust, when he saw it was me, his eyes darted around. I acted as if I had no idea what or whom he was looking for. "Where's your friend?" he said sarcastically. "Lenny? Oh, he's so sweet. He knew I had work to do and took off." "Sweet, huh?" I sighed. There's something so cute about young guys and their inability to temper their feelings. Sometimes. Like a couple of cats in heat, Vincent circled close and growled at me for the rest of the night, while I preened and purred. Meow.